Right. Good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome you all to this session on Agentic AI. So, this is Vamshi, guys, and I'll be your host today. And I'll be walking you down through some kind of concepts on generative AI, AI agents, and Agentic AI. So, before tell you something, let me tell you about my experience here. I'm having an overall of 18 years of IT experience, and right now I'm working as an AI research scientist at one of the popular MAN companies. And sort of my experience, right? I'll tell you, what exactly this is about. So, because see, around the clock, wherever you go, see, whatever the location you are into, the world is speaking about AI. The world is revolving around AI today, right? So, you people know this one. Now, the trend is more into generative AI or AI agents or agentic AI or something. So, let us even try to understand what exactly these things are. Let me tell you. Now, this is our first course on agentic AI, but already we are, already dealing with some kind of machine learning and data science or some other kind of course, so which is also going well. And let me again tell you something. So this is not, see, this is the first course on agentic AI. But again, I'll tell you what exactly the things are and how does it work here. Because see, nowadays there is a lot of confusion in the market, like which tools to use. What are the things that we need to go with? So, there are both, no code tools or something, right? So let us try to understand all these things here. Fine. So let me share you my screen. So we'll start our discussion with what is AI. And in today's session, so I'll give you a roadmap like what we'll be discussing about. So we'll be discussing some key terminologies like what is AI, what is LLMs, what is generative AI, what is RAG. So again, what is some kind of AI agents, agentic AI? Because see, first you need to understand what these things are. Then you need to go deeper into how they work actually and what are the tools that we can work here. Now, let me even tell you guys something. Now, I can't explain you all this stuff in 1 hour or 2 hours kind of time. Even that won't be sufficient here. So, what we thought of, thought of this as a workshop here. It is not just some kind of demo session or something. So, this is going to be some kind of workshop for about 3 days here. Today, tomorrow, as well as day after tomorrow as well. All right. See, if you want, you can note down some kind of important points here. So we'll also be sharing the recording here. Right. So because let me tell you, we'll be discussing some interesting things here. And again, in tomorrow's session, I'll teach you, about the course curriculum, like what will be the course here and what you'll be learning as part of this course, what you need to know in order to crack any job related to generative AI or agentic AI or something. And again, in the next day, that means day after tomorrow. So I'll also walk you down through some kind of live example of how to create a simple AI agency. There are many different ways, guys. You can use a lot of tools here. So today you go, there are a lot of no code tools and again, some kind of code tools which require some kind of low coding or something. But I'll also tell you what is that is required in order to, master this one. All right. Now, first thing I would like to advise you people. See, even if you're from non IT background or something, do not worry. All right. So you can still learn the concepts here. Now, firstly, see, I'll give you a roadmap after the end of this session here. But now let us start with our actual session. I'll teach you, I mean, the important things like I'll start from traditional AI. Traditional AI. So I'll divide this session into different parts here. So what is traditional AI? And again, what is modern AI? Modern AI. Or now again, we have something called as generative AI. Generative AI. And again, so we are speaking something about LLMs. All right, large language models here. Again, RAG, retrieval or augmentation, something. All right, so I'll tell you what exactly that is. Why we use it with LLMs here. And again, AI agents here. AI agents, and of course, agentic AI. So this will be our roadmap today. I mean, the main topics that we'll be discussing here. And I'll give you with clear explanations of what exactly these things are here. Now, if you ask me about, see, first of all, you need to also understand the AI timeline here. Now, what is timeline is first how AI got evolved here. Now, what were the AI in the traditional AI kind of things here? Now, traditional AI focused on rule-based systems, guys. All right. It was actually focused on rule-based systems. So rule-based systems means you give it some kind of predefined kind of instructions here. Now, which we also call as traditional computing process here. So just like you give some kind of input and it derives you some kind of output here. So that was the case of AI we had in the rule-based systems. Now, at that point of time, we had some kind of simple kind of AI systems which perform some kind of basic calculations. Like for example, you can understand a very simple example was some kind of calculator. So you might even wonder, right? So how can AI, I mean, calculator be some kind of AI? No, there the concept of AI was very simple. It was programmed to perform particular task here. All right. And then, so the instructions, it acted upon some kind of instructions here. So what are the programming you give it as some kind of input here? Then it will act accordingly. And again, it will perform its job here. So it will, I mean, see, it is basically used to perform some kind of simple task here. In the traditional AI systems, it dates back to 1950s here. 1950s. So this is, see, it's not any new kind of thing or some kind of new stuff they are learning. We already had this kind of concept, but the only drawback or limitations, it's better to use limitations, not drawback here. Limitations are we did not had enough computing powers here. All right, today we are able to leverage the computing powers through cloud and some other kind of means here. But see, at that point of time, we did not have enough storage systems, nor even we did not have enough computing powers to process huge amounts of data or perform some kind of complex calculations here. So that were the, things we had here. So, in 1950s, as I told you, it dates back to 1950s here. Even let me tell you, Alan Turing. It all started with this person, a famous mathematician, UK mathematician. So he gave, the definition of machine learning. Machine learning. So what he told is machine learning is some kind of rule-based system. Like for example, it works on some kind of predefined task here. So that was a simple explanation he has given. All right. After that, many different researchers came in, through some kind of advancements in the technology field. There have been a lot of evolutions in AI. So we had, Jim McCarthy and again, a lot of other people, all right, in the field of AI. Now, of course, now we have the godfather of AI. We are saying him as the godfather of AI, like Godfrey Hinton here. So you might have even, know him, I don't know. But again, you can type in Godfrey Hinton. So the present godfather of AI. So likewise, so with the successor of multiple people, we had down the lane, few 20, 30 years back, actually. All right. So now again, I'm not going deeper into those things here. Now again, as things got evolved, right? AI systems, it used some kind of different computing powers, and again, we are able to leverage some kind of different advancements into the technology, where we add more to some kind of modern AI systems here. All right, modern AI systems. Now we are speaking about AI in the modern AI. So, what is the definition of AI? How does it work here? Now I'll tell you. So AI in its simplest terms, right? AI is something which mimics human intelligence. All right. So this is the simple definition of AI. AI is some kind of, computer systems or some kind of an artificial intelligence kind of thing which mimics human intelligence here. Now, what do you understand by that one? So, just like we can see some things here, just like we can understand some kind of things here, solve certain, problems here. So, AI also can be programmed to do the same thing here. Of course, there is some kind of differences here. I'm not telling you that whatever we can perform, AI can perform everything. No, there is some kind of limitations of AI as well. All right. So AI, also known as artificial intelligence, is a technology which mimics human intelligence. AI refers to the computer systems or machines that can perform complex tasks normally done by human reasoning, decision making, creating, etc. So, I mean, what are the things that AI can solve today is it can analyze some kind of data. It can even see certain things and identify the different objects here. Now, for example, let us take the case of this advanced computer vision kind of systems here. Now you have, see, this kind of AI is implemented in real time in different ways here. All right. So machine learning is used in different kinds of things, even in healthcare, I mean IT, or even in retail, banking, insurance, and again different. I mean, see, you take the domain. Now AI is being employed there. Right. So they deployed there actually. Okay. So for some kind of reasons here. All right. Now let me tell you something. So if you ask me like how does AI work here? AI applies some kind of mathematical kind of logic here. And then again, it understands the data patterns here. And again, it gives you the result based on some kind of statistical inferences here. All right. And again, let me tell you, I mean, see, AI requires some kind of data to get understand here. I mean, you have to given some kind of data, then it will understand the patterns in the data. It will tries to, I mean, even classify something or even understand the data and again predict even some things. Here, we use AI in different ways here. So how you use AI depends upon what kind of problem you want to solve here. Fine. Now, AI is just like an umbrella term, guys. All right. So if you ask me, right, AI is just like an umbrella term. I'll tell you. See, for example, AI, if you ask me, right? So it is implemented in different ways. Now, for example, we have its subfields like machine learning and again deep learning. And again, now we are able to, I mean, go with again in deep learning also we have computer vision here. All right. Now again, some other kind of things like Gen AI. All right. So Gen AI. Of course, today we are able to speak something about agentic AI. All right. Agentic AI. Now, what is all these things? See, AI is an umbrella term. How you want to use it depends upon your use case here. So, how you want to use it. For example, let me tell you something. I have some kind of data. All right. I have some kind of sales data or some kind of thing. I want to know, I mean, what could be the sales of Apple iPhones and Samsung Galaxy phones? Who is going to be the winner in the next quarter year? All right. So now, I mean, see, Apple has released some kind of iPhone 17. Now we have Samsung Galaxy S25, for example. So I just want to know the sales here. I mean, again, if I have some kind of data, right? Now, here the problem statement is something you want to predict something here. All right, you want to predict something. Now, this is a clear case of machine learning where you have to apply. Now, this is also some kind of AI only. So, AI is implemented in different ways here. So, that is what you have to understand. So, AI is not different or machine learning is not different. Don't do not think in that way. All right. Now, again, for example, I want to perform some kind of image segmentation or voice kind of implementation. Or let's say, for example, I want to go with some kind of advanced computer vision kind of technology. So where I want to, I mean, capture some kind of live images, detect those kind of images, and I mean, it has to instruct me something. For example, now in India, I mean, we have in popular metros here, Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Chennai, or even I don't know about the Kolkata. I'm sorry. I mean, okay, if any one of you are from Kolkata. So, but these cities have some kind of advanced, I mean, traffic signal systems here based on AI. Now, in these kind of cities, right? So they are implementing some kind of advanced, some kind of, I mean, computer vision kind of cameras. These are not CCTV kind of cameras here. Those are AI-enabled computer vision kind of cameras. So what they can do is they can identify the objects here. I mean, even if it is some kind of machine or even if it is a human or something, so they can even understand what that particular object is and again what it is doing. For example, now who is a human or who is some kind of, for example, what they're doing actually, or I mean, see if they were, I mean, if they are violating some kind of traffic signals or something, so it is able to identify them and create some kind of automated kind of challenge here, something. All right. So that is the AI we are implementing today. Now that is, see, all these are, I mean, see, applied in real time in this different ways here. Now AI is not any kind of myth again. Let me tell you. So you're able to see machine learning, you're able to see deep learning applications all in our real life, I mean, stories today. All right. So AI, as I told you, is some kind of, I mean, umbrella term. So which is used as per your problem definition. Now, first thing is, I mean, see, in AI applications, right, you have to understand what is that you want to solve here. So whether you have some kind of data. Now, for example, I have some kind of data, so which is in the format of text and numbers kind of format here. Now I want to predict something or classify something. So that is some kind of, or I want to now retail organization, they segment the customers into different groups here. They form some kind of clusters here. Now that again comes under some kind of unsupervised learning kind of techniques here in machine learning. All right. So now, for example, you might have seen, right, in retail applications, so they give you some kind of customer loyalty benefit cards here. All right, so they give you some kind of their card, and they tell you each and every time when you come to the store, when you purchase something, so you get some kind of points and something. So why they do in this one is they want to understand the customer behavior. Now customer behavior is not about moods or some other things here, so they want to understand the purchasing patterns here. So because see why they do in this way, for example, now they want to understand the customer purchasing patterns here. Now, according to a popular survey, right? See, I'll tell you what is the case here. Now, if you go to any particular retail store, especially in India or even in US also you go, let me tell you about the case of India here. So, for example, there would be many kind of persons who will be giving some kind of a price in this particular range. So 500 to, let me go with 5,000. All right. So again, I'll divide this 5,000 into and again 20,000 here. All right. So 20,000. Now again, what I do, so 20,000 1 to 30,000. Right. So 30,000. Now again, 30,000 plus, or I can even go 50,000 plus here. 50,000 plus, or it can go beyond 1 lakh or even something. Now, as per a popular survey, right? So what they understood was more customers fall under this particular price category or price range here. That means what are the sales they give to the particular retailers, right? They fall under this particular category. So now what they understand why they want to do in this one is because they want to see always all any retailer want to market the right kind of products to the right customers here. So we call it as right kind of target audiences here. All right. So if you speak about the target audiences, right, I want to market my product to the right customer because if I market my product to some different customers, right, I might end up losing my sales here. All right. So they want to better market here. And again, even for promotional strategies also, for example, they will give you some kind of up to 60% discount, 80% discount. All right. Now, so do you think that, see, they'll be giving you discounts on this particular persons here or customers here. So because see, these are some kind of high net income people here. So, for example, when they visit some kind of retail store, I can hardly imagine few people who can give me more than 50,000 because I no need to worry about this particular persons here because these kind of customers here. So, see, some people will be there, those who can even give me 1 lakh or something, they would be hard, they can count them. All right. Because see, I do not want to even give any kind of promotional offers to them here. So they, are some kind of people who have high incomes, might be. All right. Now, most of the customers will fall under this particular range here. So here AI or machine learning is used to understand the patterns in the data and then help them classify the customers here and also help them even go with some kind of promotional offers also. So there is a study behind like why they want to put some kind of discounts here also and who they want to target here. So that see other kind of case studies, when a new product is launched in the market, right, they also want to understand which of the customer segments can give them more number of sales here. All right. So that is also the other aspect here. So likewise, they divide the customers into different clusters or groups here. All right. So this is one kind of thing. So here AI is used in different ways here. So one thing, as I told you, see for promotional offers here. So they also want to go with who can give the better sales here. And then again, let me tell you, product recommendations is the number one thing here. So because see, based upon that one, they're able to make huge amount of sales today. All right, product recommendations. Now, these kind of recommendation systems I can employ in multiple different ways here. So not just related to retail. For example, when you go with Amazon. So every one of us know this one. So when you go for certain product, right? So in the, see, they also recommend you some other kind of products here. So people who have bought this product have also purchased this product. They'll give you some kind of things in this way. It will recommend you some kind of products here. Not only that one, even when you go with some kind of subscription kind of recommendations like Netflix or Amazon Prime or even Apple TV or something else here. So Netflix, for example, so that is where again AI is applied. So they employ AI in different ways here. Now, again, what are the movie recommendations they want to make you? It based upon your interest here, what kind of genres you're interested into, whether you're interested into action, adventure, or anything other else here. So only those kind of things will be recommended to you accordingly. So likewise, today, if you look at in that ways, again, if you take the case of healthcare is other biggest player where AI is employed today. Now, not only for detecting some kind of diseases, even in order to understand the outbreak here. For example, they have used in the case of COVID also. All right. So, in order to understand the outbreak, and not only that one, in order to identify the patterns of that particular disease also, and again, in order to predict something also. So, I mean, in healthcare, it is also used in some kind of surgery kind of cases like robotics, actually. All right. And sorry. So likewise, again, if you take the case of finance here, now finance is again other biggest kind of player. So where AI is used here. So like fraud detection. All right. So again, likewise, I mean, if I tell you right, there are many different applications today where AI is implemented in different ways here. It only depends upon what kind of problem statement you have here. Then that is the kind of AI you have to implement here. So that is what I told you. AI is like just like some kind of umbrella term here. I mean, you can use, machine learning. It has the concept of deep learning, where you go with some kind of image segmentation, classifying some kind of images, audio, video kind of detections here. All right. So again, generating some kind of, some kind of content out of it, or let's say, for example, NLP. Now, today we are able to, even interact with some kind of AI applications, right? So even prior to the Gen AI kind of applications, right, we had these bots here, right? So like Amazon Alexa, Siri, as you people know, Microsoft Cortana or Google Assistant here, whatever it is, fine. Now we are able to interact with that one. So how AI is able to understand your language? So because it is actually trained on different natural languages here, so it will give you the responses the way you actually ask it. I mean, all right. Now again, all these kind of applications, I mean, so they fall under these three different kinds of AI types here. Now you have to understand. So I told you that AI will be implemented in different ways here. Now you have to also understand what is the present state of AI. So where we actually are into AI systems here. Now, stage one, stage two, and stage three. I call it as three stages here. So, stage one is where we add leverage the powerful features of machine learning through some kind of advancements into the field of AI. All right. Now we are able to have enough computational powers here. So we are able to even go with beyond some kind of stage two also. All right. So just like some kind of Tesla cars, automated self-driving cars here. All right. So that is some kind of perfect AI agent here. All right. Now again, let me tell you. Now this stage one, right? What is stage one here? So machine learning. So it specializes in one area and solves one particular problem. Now, if you take the case of machine learning, as I told you, now what is your problem statement here? Whether you want to predict something or you want to classify something or you want to perform some kind of clustering or you want to perform any anomaly detection or something. So, I mean, this is one kind of stage where it performs one particular task here. And we are able to, come up with some kind of applications in this stage one. So where we have some kind of bots here, as I told you, I mean, Amazon, Alexa, I mean, Apple Siri or Google, Assistant or Microsoft Cortana or something. All right. So we are able to speak to it. And again, it is able to give some kind of responses here. All right. It's in some kind of natural language form here. All right. So that is stage one here. Now, the second stage refers to something called as artificial general intelligence. So first stage is where it is simple AI. It is a simple AI, or we also call them as narrow AI. All right, artificial narrow intelligence. Narrow AI also it is also called. Second stage is called as artificial general intelligence. Now we are into second stage, guys. The present state of AI is into stage two here. Now, what is stage two is, see, these AI systems are, capable enough to, think just like we humans do. And again, it is as smart as some kind of humans also. It is able to perform many different tasks today. For example, let us take the case of different AI systems today, generative AI applications. Now, let us take the case of some kind of simple LLMs like ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot or Google Gemini or something. Now you ask it something in the case of a prompt here. So whatever questions you ask it, right? So that is called as a prompt here. All right. Now prompt engineering is something so where it deals with giving or fine tuning some kind of prompts here. So that is a different story. We'll discuss it later here. All right. Now You ask it some kind of question, it breaks down that question into multiple keywords here. Okay, so it goes, I mean, breaking down that things into multiple process here actually. So there is some kind of concept in LLP like tokenization, stemming, and some other kind of things here, self-attention and something. All right. And again, it is able to give you some kind of result here. All right. Now, at this particular stage, right? See, it is very clever that it can even think like some our humans here. Now, for example, if I give it some kind of documents and I tell it to summarize something, right? It can even perform that one. Similarly, if I give it some kind of data and if I ask it to perform me or help me with some kind of analysis, right, it can even help me do that one. So you can see this popular Microsoft, I mean, GitHub Copilot, right? So that is a perfect application of this one. It can even help you. I mean, it is integrated into all the Microsoft applications here. So you can leverage that powerful feature and use it in different ways here. So for data analysis, data engineering, or different other kind of things here. But again, let me tell you, due to the advancements or the computational powers that we're able to leverage today, right, using cloud or something, now here we are able to, I mean, deal with some kind of advanced systems here. So that is where we are speaking about these LLMs, these RAG systems, or again, this AI agents or agentic AI. So the popular kind of example use cases, or you can understand the applications are as a simple application. I'll tell you a self-driving car here. Now think of it as some kind of, see, it is equivalent to some kind of AI agent here. So I'll tell you what exactly is an AI agent here. All right. Now, see, it automatically, I mean, perceives its environment here. It understands its environment. All right. Then, for example, so it will take you to the destination. I mean, you just have to, I mean, speak to it like what kind of destination you're going. I mean, so through some kind of, I mean, other means here, it will travel and again, it will take you to that destination here. But again, in between, right? So how does it understands, for example, if all of a sudden a particular object comes in between, it will automatically stop here. Or if there is some kind of signal here, so it will automatically stop here. So that is the kind of intelligence that we are putting into that kind of machine here. All right. So there are some kind of, I mean, things that we have to train it accordingly. All right. Now, again, if you go to the stage three, right? Stage three is some kind of machine consciousness. So it is nothing but it is, this stage is called as artificial super intelligence. And let me tell you, so this is where AI will be more smarter than human. And if this is into reality, right? So let me tell you, there will be a lot of things, I mean, so that will be happening. But again, see, nowadays, I mean, see, let me tell you, all of these companies, big tech giants like Google, Microsoft, even Amazon or Meta or something, whatever you take it. All right. So these people are behind stage three, actually. That means they're actually, I mean, fighting for the stage three. So whoever has this power, right? Let me tell you, he will be ruling the world tomorrow. All right. So it's not about the wars or something that we're able to see today. It's about tech wars here, as you people know. All right. And every big tech company is actually fighting for this particular things here. So they are preparing their models. They are, I mean, developing their models in such a way. So they want to, I mean, capture or, I mean, not capture. They want to, like, for example, leverage this powerful feature here, actually, this powerful, I mean, technique here. So if they able to achieve this particular kind of consciousness, right? Let me tell you, they can rule the world. Of course, but again, see, it has a lot of implications also on the humankind also. There are, I mean, see, Goffredon, as I told, it has a lot of, negatives also. All right. So that is the case of super intelligence. It is more than, I mean, human kind of way of thinking here. Right. Again, now let us try to understand. So as I told you, AI is having, I mean, see the broad field here. It is again applied in different ways here, as I told you. Now, machine learning is where, so we especially employ machine learning to, I mean, go with some kind of predictions or classifications or clustering again. Again, deep learning is where we go with some kind of, again, it is some kind of advanced kind of AI technique. Okay, so which employs some kind of advanced machine learning kind of algorithms, which is able to solve some kind of complexities in the data, like image segmentation, all right, audio and video kind of things here. And of course, data science is all part of it actually. All right, so data science is nothing new. Data science is part of it. See, all these applications, again, let me tell you, though, don't work in isolation, guys. Now, whatever I'm speaking, right, machine learning, data, I mean, see, data science or deep learning or NLP or something else here, computer vision or something, they do not work in isolation, they work combinedly here. So you have to employ, I mean, all this kind of techniques onto the data to, I mean, solve the real world case studies here. Now, out of which, so a new field has been evolved today. All right. So we call it as a generative AI. So let us even discuss, even before we try to discuss about generative AI. So as I told you about the case of what is machine learning. Now, machine learning, so is where it uses some kind of mathematical models to learn, some kind of patterns in the data, and it gives you some kind of results here. All right. So it could be a prediction, it could be some kind of classification, or it could be some kind of, some kind of clustering kind of cases. So it works well with more amounts of data. So when it gets more amounts of data, for example, when you get it trained with more amounts of data, then it can give you more accurate results here. So just like you give some kind of, you train some kind of student more, so you can perform well here. So similar way, machine learning also, perform the same way here. All right. So again, let me tell you. So today, as I told you, we are able to see different applications of, machine learning also. So like as I told you, product recommendations. So Google search engine. So even that works. So behind Google search engine, so there is a powerful machine learning algorithm which actually does the thing for you. All right. So when you search for something, right, it breaks down it into keywords, and again, it will go with its relevancy, and it will give you the related, based upon the related keywords, it will give you the, sites or something. All right. So we call it as organic search here. All right. Then again, like likewise, you have different applications. Even Gmail application is also Gmail spam filters here. So they also has some kind of machine learning, kind of advanced machine learning algorithms here. So they are trained on. Now by the but it looks the content in that particular email, and then it will identify what kind of email it is. So whether that particular email has to be sent to your inbox, or it has to be redirected to some kind of spam folder. Sorry. So likewise, today, if you look at, there are different areas where machine learning is ruling actually. Now again, on the other hand, deep learning. Now, generative AI applications is part of some kind of advanced deep learning kind of applications, because in generative AI applications are also, trained on vast amounts of data. Okay, so we'll try to understand that one. But before, let us also look at what is deep learning. Now, deep learning is similar to some kind of neural networks. Now, our human brain has the concept of neural networks here. So I'll tell you a very simple example how this deep learning works actually. Now, in our childhood days, right? So when we were very small, and our mother or father or something, whoever it is, okay, so they used to explain us continuously. We used to, we were a bit taught in this way, right? So for example, A for apple, A for apple. You used to continuously learn that particular pattern here. So what happens with that kind of continuous learning is, so your mind will understand that pattern. And again, if it sees A, right, it will automatically recollect it like A is for apple here. All right. So that is some kind of autocomplete kind of thing which we have in WhatsApp, Gmail or some kind of thing. Likewise, we continuously get it trained here. So our neurons, in our human brains, so they pass some kind of signals, and they tell us, so A is for apple. Likewise. So, here also what happens is it tries to understand that particular concept in different ways here. Now, for example, so we try to understand a particular concept in different ways. Now, different people understand it in different ways. So if they want to recollect it, right? So some use some kind of mind mapping techniques, some use some other kind of different techniques here. Likewise, here also deep learning, gets trained in different ways. It uses the concept of artificial neural networks to understand the complexities in the data, and then it will act accordingly. So we have a lot of applications again under deep learning. So NLP is also part of some kind of deep learning. Computer vision here. All right, image segmentation, everything. So it's part of deep learning. Again, we have this kind of mixed reality, augmented reality. So that has some kind of roots of deep learning here. All right. So that is one. Now, see, how does deep learning work here? So as I told you, they rely on something called as network. Okay, so neural networks here, artificial neural networks. Let me tell you, even this also requires some kind of huge amounts of data in order to better understand the patterns in the data, and then it can give you, in a better, it can even give you the output in a better way compared to machine learning also. All right. So deep learning applications, as I told you, see, we have the NLP kind of cases. We have gaming and virtual reality, as I told you, speech and image recognition or voice assistants today. So now what are the bots you are able to see, right? Amazon, Alexa, Google, sorry, Apple Siri and Google Assistant and Microsoft Cortana. So all these are some kind of concepts and again applications of deep learning, advanced deep learning techniques here. Now, for example, let us take the case of some kind of Alexa. So You are asking it some kind of question, it responds to you some kind of voice, kind of response here. You also ask it to play some kind of music here, so it does here. You also ask it to, tell about something here. Likewise, so there are some kind of bots which will respond to you in different ways here. So they employ some kind of advanced NLP and again deep learning techniques here in order to understand. They are being already trained on some kind of vast amounts of data and the natural languages here, dialects here, so they can easily tell you what exactly it is. They will respond to you in different ways here. Now that is why, if you look at today, right, so the common applications or the key components, I can tell you about AI. So these are the key components here. Now if at all you want to learn AI, so first of all you need to know what is machine learning, what is deep learning, and of course, so the concept of neural networks in deep learning, and again NLP. Because see, all whatever the applications we have today. All right. So for example, if you go with data analysis, so there again some kind of advanced analytics like machine learning is used here. All right. Now image segmentation, audio, speech, and something. So you're using deep learning here, where neural networks are working here. Now NLP, you speak something to the bots here, to interact with the bots here, different types of bots here. I'm not just speaking about Siri or something. All right. So again, where NLP is employed here. Now again, computer vision, I told you the case here. So real time, how they are employed actually. Cognitive computing. So cognitive computing means, so you can speak to it. It responds to you in some kind of, like for example, some kind of text or some kind of image or something. Now, for example, let us take the case of Google search here. Google search, you can normally type in something. That means you can search in something. You can also search through some kind of voice. Also, you can also search through some kind of image also by giving it some kind of image here. Now that is a perfect cognitive kind of application here. All right, which has multiple things here. All right. Now, based upon this one, right? Now we have some kind of advanced things here in the current AI, kind of trend here. So, for example, we are speaking something about generative AI. Now, what is generative AI? So, let us try to understand. In simple words, I can tell you about generative AI as generative AI. All right. So, generate with AI, or generate using AI. So, but what exactly will be generating? So, generative AI is a form of artificial intelligence in which models are trained to generate new original content based on natural language input. It refers to the use of AI to create new content like text, images, music, audio, and videos here. So, generative AI today is a much hyped and again much trend in the current field of AI. So, a lot of organizations are revolving around this particular form of AI. So, but how it is helpful to them? In what way we can use generative AI? Now, I'll give you a detailed explanation here. In simple terms, generative AI is a new form of AI which actually gives you some kind of output in the format of some kind of text here or code, or even, let's say, for example, some kind of images, music, audio, video. All right. For example, I can see. For example, okay, so I can even ask it to generate me some kind of blog post here, and again post that particular articles in different kinds of like kind of social mediums here. All right, I have, for example, all right, you can even do that one. So, for example, I can ask it to generate some kind of image here, product related images here, so that I can target to that right kind of audiences here. Right. So likewise, I can use it in order to generate some kind of new content here based upon the existing data. See, generative AI is some kind of application where it has already been trained on some kind of vast amounts of data. Now, how vast it is? So let me also show you the present state here. Vast amounts of data. Vast amounts of data means you can understand billions and trillions data parameters here. All right, billions and again trillions. Okay, so parameters here. All right. So again, let me tell you now, for example, we have popular applications also, generative AI, applications here like ChatGPT. We had having different kinds of applications. So generative AI applications are made available to the, daily, in a daily use, in the format of some kind of chat applications here. Like you have ChatGPT. Now, why it is called as a chat here? So you interact with some kind of prompts here. So just like kind of some kind of texting something. All right. So that is why it is called as a chat application. Likewise, generative AI has its different forms here. So you can even ask it to generate some kind of images or audio or video or something else. All right. So as I told you, Now, people, I mean, see, we actually interact with using some kind of prompts through some kind of chat kind of applications here. All right. No, popular ones are ChatGPT. The latest one is GPT-5 here. All right. So let me tell you now what exactly is Gen AI. So it is actually focused to create some kind of new content, guys. All right, new content. So when you have to use this particular AI, or I mean, see what is the difference between this general AI or machine learning or deep learning kind of applications? I'll tell you now. So as I told you, machine learning is used for some kind of purpose here. Just like deep learning is used again, use some other kind of image segmentation or something. But let me tell you, a form of AI where you want some kind of, like for example, you want it to help you in different ways here in order to create some kind of user-defined content. That is where we go with Gemini. Now I can employ this into different of my applications. For example, I want to perform some kind of data analysis. In my data analysis, I can simply ask it to come up with some kind of analysis on the data. So give me some kind of reasons like what is happening in my data. So it can even generate you some kind of responses out of it here. All right. So again, you wanted to generate some kind of code here. Now, for example, we have this. I mean, there are different applications, guys. You in your browsers also, see in your browsers also, you have this kind of Microsoft Copilot here. All right. So this one. Now, this is some kind of simple generative AI application in your Microsoft Edge browsers here. All right. So likewise, I mean, see if you go with different other applications also, right? So let me tell you, we have ChatGPT, and again we have some other kind of things also. All right. So we'll discuss it later. But what I'm telling is, it requires huge amounts of data to generate some kind of outputs here. Fine. So it has been trained with different amounts of data, vast amounts of data. And moreover, when you want to generate the output, when you want the responses in the format of some kind of text or image or something, then you have to go with this kind of application. But let me tell you, see, when to use it. For example, the scenario is to create a new content here. So you want to create some kind of new content, I mean, in the format of some kind of image, as I told you, audio, video, then you can go with Gen AI. Enhancing creativity. So for example, as I told you, I want to, I mean, like, for example, I have some kind of blog. I am running some kind of travel blog here. Now, see, I get responses from many different travelers here. So they go, I mean, see, when they visit some kind of new places, so I want to give them a better experience in those kind of places here. So I want to tag them. I want to show them some kind of beautiful images, what they can do in that particular locations or in that particular city when they visit here. All right. So likewise, I want to generate some kind of AI based content on that one. All right. So then I can also create it a new kind of images or new kind of I mean things here, and I can suggest those things on my blog here. So that when people interact with my blog here, so they can get to know different things here. Likewise, again automating or automation. Now automation is where we actually employ it through some kind of AI agents or something. So we'll discuss that one. Now again, personalized content here. So just like as I told you, right? For example, I have some kind of product related website with me, or let's say I have some kind of blog here. All right, I want to create some kind of new images or something, new content or something. I want to post in my blog or something. All right, so that I can get huge responses from the kind of people that interact, the customers. I mean, they interact with my product related website here. All right. So likewise, you can use it in different ways. You can even use it to generate some kind of a cover letter for your resume or write some kind of email or something. So you can see it has been trained on huge amounts of data. Then it will generate, I mean, see some kind of responses to you in this particular way. All right. So that is where you have to use generative AI. Now, popularly, if you look at this one, right? So, if you look at today how generative AI is used, it is used for different things here. For images, in the case of images, for image generation, image editing, image enhancement, image translation, or something. Even if you go with the text also, so even it is used in different kinds of things here, text generation or I mean, the content marketing, content generation, or something. Audio, again, some kind of, I mean, synthetic data we call. Today, it is also very popular, synthetic data. Now, what is synthetic data is a new, data will be generating out of the existing data. For example, you upload your image here. All right. Now you want it to generate in some other kind of way. Like, for example, you are into some kind of beach. I mean, practically or here, you will be uploading only some kind of normal pic of yours actually. But again, you want it to generate an image in such a way that you are, actually, your I mean, hanging out in some kind of place or a certain beach or something. So it can even generate some kind of synthetic image here. So that is called as synthetic data. All right. So again, likewise, if you go with a video and again 3D kind of image and video kind of modeling kind of things here. All right. So that is the present state of Gen AI we have. So over a period of time, I mean, due to the advancements in this technology field, and again also due to the advancements in this, I mean, computing powers also, we are able to leverage something in this way actually. Okay, so we are able to leverage the computational powers here. And again, we are able to use the power of AI in different ways here. So if you look at the AI timeline, right? So the evolution of AI. So as I told you, we had some kind of simple AI. All right, that was the traditional AI. All right, so it is a dummy AI. Dummy AI or narrow AI or a simple AI, we can call it as. Now in research terms, we call it as a simple AI because it is based only upon some kind of instruction here. If you, I mean, give it some kind of instruction, only then it can perform something. It doesn't has the concept of reasoning something or, I mean, thinking about something or even understanding something. So that is how the traditional AI worked here. Now coming to the case of modern AI, right? So modern AI, if you look at, right, see, traditional AI refers to the early stages of AI with its origins in 1950s. Alan Turing introduced the concept of machine learning for the first time here in 1950s here. And again, it focused on rule-based systems where computers were given pre-programmed instructions to perform a particular task here. So as I told you, the case of calculator, then we had some kind of other kind of computing devices. At those point of time, I mean, we have all learned in our childhood days a computers was just like the size of some kind of room here. All right. So that were the, computational things we had actually. So, and it took a lot of time in order to process something and again give us some kind of output here. Then, I mean, see, after the later on, due to some kind of advancements, as I told you, in the modern AI, so we were able to leverage some kind of powerful computational powers, and again, we use some kind of methods like machine learning and deep learning here. So where we gone beyond the limitations of this traditional AI. Again, generative AI, now it is a new form of AI. So by applying this kind of deep learning, we're able to also, go with a come up with a new form of AI where it has got trained on some kind of advanced deep learning kind of technology. All right. So where it generates, as I told you, something in the format of some kind of, images, audio, text, or something. All right. And now let me tell you something. So now let us dive deep into this particular concept here. So until now we have understood what is AI and what are the things behind AI. So how it is implemented in different ways here. Now let us try to understand how even this particular generative AI works here. Now, for example, I'll tell you a simple thing, how it is performed here. Let me tell you. Let us try to understand. I'll ask it some kind of question like, hey, tell me okay, sorry. What is the capital of France here? All right, of France here. Now, see, if I ask it some kind of question, let me ask this question to some kind of chat GPT or, Google search also. Even Google search now is some kind of advanced LLM kind of thing with RAG. I'll tell you what is that one. All right. Now, I mean, the kind of responses they give you is different here. I'll also tell you why it is giving you that one. For example, how it actually understands this one. Now you speak to it in this kind of chat here. For example, if you take the case of ChatGPT, now what is chat here? You actually, interacted with using some kind of text only, right? That is why we call it as a chat here, chat application. All right. Now let me tell you what are the question you're asking it, right? First of all, it is called as a prompt here. All right. In AI terminology or in generative AI terminology, it is called as a prompt here. All right. Now you give this particular prompt, what it does is even before it answers you this question, right? So it, see, it performs different calculations behind it, this one. So what are the calculations is, first of all, it will break down this particular, all this particular, sorry. So all this kind of prompt into different keywords here. We call them as tokens here. In NLP terms, we call them as tokens here. All right, tokens. Then what is tries to do, the first thing, it will break down these things into tokens here. The next thing is it will go with some kind of important keywords here. So tokenization or stemming kind of concept, we call it as. Now, what are the important keywords out of all these particular tokens here? What are the important tokens here? So we have something called as capital, and again we have something called as France here. All right, out of all these things here. So what it will do, we call them as bag of words or stemming or something. All right. Now let me tell you how does it actually work here. Even before it gives you this particular result, right? How it actually works, I'm telling you. Now, when I ask you a question about France, right? For example, if I speak to you about France, what comes to your mind? See, France is famous for some kind of thing, right? Eiffel Tower. All right. Now, anyone, if I ask, I'm in France, they'll tell me about Eiffel Tower even before they speak to me about Paris here. Yes or no? So what happens in this one is generative AI with its knowledge base, because generative AI applications, I mean, so they actually get trained on vast amounts of data, all right, and different billions and trillion parameters of data here. Now, out of its knowledge base, right? So in Google, we call it as search index here. All right. So search index, because see, what are the things you type in, it will give you the responses and it will save that particular responses in its search index here. So that's how it works actually. So here also it performs in the same way. Now it will search in its knowledge base. So when it come, I mean, when you speak about France, right, the first thing even it will try to identify is some kind of Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower. All right. Now, second thing is, so it will understand the different kinds of, for example, this keywords here. Now, what are the important keywords? As I told you, France and again capital. Now, Eiffel Tower. So when it looks at Eiffel Tower, right? So what is this Eiffel Tower? Where is this located here? So this is some kind of important monument or something. All right. So tower or something, whatever you can understand. Fine. Then where it is located? So it is located in Paris. All right. Now, what is Paris here? It will try to understand it as a capital because it has already learned from vast amounts of data here. Now, finally, it will give you like something called as Paris here. So, MNC, but let me tell you, it is trained in some kind of way. This particular chat GPT is trained in some kind of way. So, this is called as GPT, and then the LLM behind this one is called as GPT. All right. We call it as a large language model. So, what is a large language model? Means language model is something. I'll tell you what is exactly a language model. Think of it as some kind of autocomplete statement here. So what is LLM? LLM stands for large language model here. It's a type of AI that can understand and generate human-like text here. Now I'll tell you in simple words. For example, you go with some kind of Gmail application or your WhatsApp application or something in Android, especially not in Apple. So especially Gmail, there is something called as autocomplete here. So when you type in something, right, it automatically understand what you're typing, and based upon that one, it will give you some kind of results here. Yeah, I mean, you type in, I'm hungry, I want to eat. I mean, see, it will give you some kind of important keywords like pizza, biryani, or something else here. All right. So, I mean, see, why and how it is giving you that way is it is already learning from some kind of, it has learned some kind of, from some kind of data here already, as I told you, some kind of vast amounts of data. Now, why it is called as a large means it is being trained on that huge and vast amounts of billions and trillions kind of data parameters here. And then it is able to give you with some kind of auto keywords here, some kind of responses here. All right. So we in statistics we call some this as some kind of stochastic process here, stochastic process. So large language model also works in the same way. And now let me tell you, there are different kinds of LLMs here today. I mean, okay. So we have, for example, we have something called as GPT. We have something called as, I mean, even this Microsoft Copilot also. Let's say, for example, it is also acts as some kind of LLM and some kind of agent also. I'll tell you what exactly that is. Now, for example, if you type in, I'm hungry, and I ask my LLM to suggest me a best food to eat. So when I say I'm hungry, right, and I would like to eat something, right, it gives me some kind of suggested keywords here. Even when I type in what are the capital of France, right, it will even, for example, search in its index base, and out of the data that it has in its knowledge base or index base, right, it will automatically generate it is Paris here. So these LLMs are called large because they are trained on huge amounts of data. So it could be a books, it could be articles or website or code or something. All right. So when I told you about large, right, it is actually, I mean, billions and trillions of data parameters. So as I told you, some kind of stochastic process here. So LLM predicts the next word, I mean, based upon the data or based upon the prompt that you, I mean, write here. For example, so you can use this process in order to generate some kind of essays or something here. All right. So now what can LLM do basically? LLM can answer some kind of questions. I'll show you. LLM can answer some questions here. All right. So LLM can answer questions here. All right. Then it can even write text also. All right, write text here. Then it can even help you with some kind of coding also. Help you with code here. All right. So it can even translate languages also. Translate languages. Then it can even summarize some kind of data or information. All right. Summarize data or information. All right. Information. Then it can also act as some kind of assistant also. For example, now it can generate you some kind of responses in the way that you give some kind of prompt here, guys. Because see, it actually works on the concept of prompt, as I told you. Now there are some kind of prompting techniques. I'm not going deeper into prompting techniques here. So how you ask it, I mean, the output depends upon the kind of prompt that you're giving it. Now, for example, I simply ask it to give me some kind of, for example, let me show you something. Otherwise, practically, I'll show you it. I'll go with a generalized question, guys. ChatGPT. I already have this, account here. So let me show you something. So give me a 7-day meal diet plan, weight loss diet plan. I'll give it weight loss diet plan. All right. Now this is some kind of prompt here. All right. Now see, if I type in something, right, it will generate me with some kind of response here. All right. Now again, let me tell you, see, I'm specifically not asking it to give me any particular, diet here. I'm just simply asked it, give me a 7-day weight loss diet plan here. Now, see, look at this one. So this is some kind of way that I'm asking it actually. Now, there are different ways of prompting it. Now, for example, see, you can also ask this particular LLM to act as some kind of assistant in your case here. For example, you can also ask it, let's say, okay, so I'll also ask it in this way. Now, look at the responses here. So also act as a instructor or a gym instructor or something. You can also type in this one, instructor or health assistant here. Also act as a health instructor. All right, instructor, and suggest me some tips to shed weight and uh, stay a healthy and follow a healthy lifestyle. Follow a healthy lifestyle. See, now look at the responses here. See, previously, when I asked it some kind of question, right? See, it was generating me some kind of result here. Day one, you have to use this one. See, you have to eat something. And day two, you have to eat something here. Day three, you have to again see, it is giving me some kind of responses here. But again, see, if you look at this one, right? Here, what is the prompt that I'm asking it? See, I'm also asking it to, act as some kind of health instructor and suggest me some kind of things here. All right. So, see, the way you prompt it, the output also depends upon the same way here. All right. Now, the better prompt you give it, the better, output response it will give you. All right. So it depends upon the kind of prompt that you're giving. So that is why this prompt engineering deals with, fine tuning the prompts and again going with the different types of prompts here. So you have to ask it in different ways here. See, no matter whatever you want to ask it, for example, you want to go with some kind of social media post or something, whatever it is, you have to ask it in a clear way. First of all, in order to ask it something, you have to know what is your goal, what is that you want here. Fine. Then there is some kind of patterns here. So we'll try to understand it later here. All right. So how you need to give a better prompt. What does a prompt feature look like actually? So what you have to, do in order to suggest is something. All right. You look at this one, guys. So for example, see, goal is steady fat loss, improved metabolism, no crash dieting. Ideal calories is this one. Focus. Okay, high protein plus high fiber plus minimal sugar or refined carbs. It is suggesting me this way. Now, at the end of this 7-day meal plan, right? See, your health interest instructor's tip for fat loss success. See, it is giving me also some kind of suggestions here. And lifestyle habits also, it is giving me something. And workout guidance also, it is suggesting me something. So based upon the prompt you ask it, it will respond to you something. Now let me ask you, let me ask it, what is the capital of France here? See, what does it generate? I mean, how does it generate the results? I'll tell you. Hey, tell me what is the capital of France here. All right. What is the capital of France? Now it will simply give me it is Paris, only that one. See, the capital of France is Paris here. Because see, why it is giving you this one is as simply asked it to give me only what is the capital of France here. I haven't asked it, I mean something else here. So, I mean, it is all, see, it also depends upon like how it got trained here. So here it got trained with some kind of GPT kind of LLM here. So generative pre-trained transformer here. We call it as generative pre-trained transformer. All right. Then if I ask the same kind of question to Google search, right? Let me show you. It also generates me with some kind of images also. All right. See. Now, apart from Paris, right, it is also suggesting me some kind of images here. Why? Now it has gone, see, it has been trained with some other kind of LLM in some elsewhere here, actually. So, which is also called as BERT, guys. I mean, so I'll also tell you what is that one. BERT. Bidirectional encoder representations from transformers here. So, I mean, see, GPT actually works in some way and BERT actually works in some way. Now, in most of the Google applications, they use this kind of feature here, this kind of LLM, BERT. And OpenAI uses something called a GPT kind of applications. Of course, now in GPT-5, they are using something else also, some advanced form, even more than BERT here, actually. All right. So, and again, see, let me tell you, it is being trained on vast amounts of data than even Gemini also. All right. So now the latest type is GPT-5, as you people know that one. But again, let me tell you, there is some kind of differences, as I told you, in the responses they generate here. All right. So again, and again, see, there is also something that you need to understand here. LLMs also give you the responses on how and I mean, see, up to what information they store here. Now, what I mean to say is that one, for example, now Apple 17 has been launched here. iPhone 17 has been launched here. Now, when was this particular, I mean, GPT-5 launched? Any idea, guys? When was this GPT-5 launched? Probably in the month of August here. Let me even show you. GPT-5 launch date. 7th August 2025. It was launched in August year. When was iPhone 17 launched? September 19th. So, why I'm telling you this one exclusively is, let me tell you something. Guys, please. Why I'm telling you this one is, see, if I ask it some kind of question, for example, I ask it some kind of question to help me, give me some kind of features here. For example, I ask it to come up with some kind of iPhone app, Apple iPhone 17 features here. So, okay, so let me also ask it some kind of question here. Hey, tell me Apple iPhone 17 features here. All right. Now, what it does is it will not give you the exact answers here, but it will hallucinate here. Hallucination means, I mean, see, what is LLM hallucination means? See, now it has got trained only up to certain date here. All right, it has got trained only up to certain date here. So it can't give you the information beyond that one when you ask it some kind of question. So what it does here, it will try to connect to some kind of, internet or some kind of Google or something. All right, it will, I mean, that means firstly it will connect to some kind of Apple, website page here, and then it will go to the iPhone 17 kind of page, and again it will give you, it will read some kind of contents there, and it will summarize you with some kind of content here. Let me show you. See, searching the web here, searching the web. Now, previously, when I asked it some kind of question like what is the capital of France was, I mean, so it was automatically telling me that it is Paris here within no seconds here. All right. But see, when I asked it some kind of feature like tell me Apple iPhone 17 features, right? It is actually searching the web here. Now, why it is searching that one? Because it doesn't has that kind of answer. All right. So it is actually connecting to something else here. Now, also, let me also show you what is this one. So what is the uh, parameter tuning size of GPT-5, or let me ask this question. Until what date was GPT-5 got trained here? Let me ask this question. See, for the main model of GPT-5, the training data cutoff date is October 1, 2024. All right. So now what I'm saying is, see, what is the case of LLM here is LLM can give you, the data very well. Only, okay, so if it's add that kind of answer and it's knowledge base here. Beyond that one, what it does is it will tell you with some kind of features like it is searching the web here. All right. Now, whatever I've shown you, like searching the web, right? So that is called as RAG here. RAG. We call it as RAG application. All right. Now, if it is simple LLM, right, it can't generate much kind of things here. It will even give you, but again, as I told you, it will generate with some kind of things here. It will not generate accurately. But with RAG, it can generate you much thing. And that means it will suggest you with some better features here. So that is called as RAG. Now, what is RAG here? Retrieval augmented generation. Now, what is this retrieval augmented generation is, as I told you, first of all, it will go beyond this LLM framework. And what it does is, it will actually search for something. So it will retrieve some kind of information here. All right. Now, as I told you, LLM is just like, for example, you can ask it some kind of questions. For example, you can simply ask it some kind of questions which it already knows here. If it doesn't know, right? So that means again it will hallucinate. That is called as hallucination. Hallucination means it is thinking something, something likewise. So that is why it is able to give you some kind of searching, some kind of web here. Now, RAG, I can tell you, like for example, so RAG in simple words, what is RAG here? RAG is something like it is the combination of your LLM plus some kind of search. All right. So plus your data, plus some kind of data, some data. All right. So I can say some kind of data here. All right. LLM plus search plus data. All right. It is like giving the LLM a memory upgrade here. All right. It's like giving the LLM a memory upgrade. So instead of relying only on what it learned during training, RAG also allows the LLM to retrieve information from external sources. So that is why it was able to give us some kind of search things, searching from web here. So that is the option it is giving you. That is RAG here. All right. So that is the difference between RAG here. Now without RAG, right? So what happens here? It can't, give you a better information. For example, all right. So now what it has done, see, look at this one. If you again look at this particular output, right? Let us try to understand here. So this output. See, now it has gone to this particular page and it is giving you this particular result here, right? See, it is also giving you sources here. Now, has it given you any kind of sources here? When I asked it some kind of things here, tell me what is the capital of France here? It is not giving me any kind of sources, right? So it is simply saying me it is the capital of France is Paris here because it already know this particular answer. It has in its knowledge base here. But here, as I told you, it is beyond its cutoff, training date here. So that is why it is also able to give you with some kind of sources here. So if I again click on this one, so it will suggest me some kind of sites here. All right. So, you can directly go to that particular website. Now look at this one. So this is Apple website itself here. All right. iPhone 17 page here. And if I click on this one, it will automatically redirect to me this particular web page here. And it will give me some kind of information about this one. The same thing it does is here. So RAG is nothing but giving LLM some kind of memory upgrade here. That means it will go beyond its learning curve here, and it will go with some kind of external sources and it will give you with some kind of information. So that is called as RAG application. So that is the simplest difference between LLM. So LLM as something, the limitation of LLM is some kind of knowledge cutoff. All right. And then again, RAG is something so where it can even generate you some kind of external information also. It can even give you, suggest you some kind of external information. So that is RAG here. Now let us look at some kind of other things. So like what is AI agents here? All right, AI agents. Now AI agents is something, an AI agent is a computer program that can perceive its environment and make decisions and take actions to achieve a goal here. All right. So in simple terms, an AI agent is some kind of, for example, you can think in different ways here. For example, it is something used to perform some kind of a particular task here. All right. So it's just like some kind of thing. All right. So think of it like some kind of virtual assistant, guys. Virtual assistant. Now, virtual assistant with a purpose here. For example, I instruct it to perform a particular task here. I want to it to, search my mails here and tell me what are the mails I got here. So it can even do that one. Or let's say, for example, I instruct it to put some kind of mail to some kind of, like just like I ask it some kind of question. So check the product levels in my inventory. All right, if there are no, enough products here, like for what I do, I can even suggest it to put some kind of mail to the, like some kind of purchase order or something. I can even instruct it to do something. Now, what is agentic AI is? Agentic AI, you can understand it's as a collection of AI agents here. So that is some kind of framework I can tell you. Agentic AI, see, is some kind of, a system. All right. So it's a system which is a collection of AI agents, guys. All right. So see, it works in autonomously. Now, what is autonomous here? Autonomous, which is independent here. You don't have to, specify some. See, with minimal instructions, it will perform certain tasks here. Now, what is the exact difference between AI agents and agentic AI is? AI agent, you have to give it some kind of specific instructions here. All right, you have to perform certain tasks here. Only with some kind of supervision or some kind of instructions, it can do something. But agentic AI system is something with minimal guidance or minimal instruction, right? It can even suggest a different ways here. All right, it will even suggest about think about different ways and it will solve that particular task here. All right. So, think of it as some kind of, for example, let's say AI agent. So you can even refer it to some kind of secret service agent. So the secret service agent will be performing some kind of mission or task. So whatever the instructions he has been given and whatever the mission he has been given, he will be acting upon that one. Now, AI agent, agentic AI is nothing but the entire department you can understand in that way. So it is a collection of AI agents here. So, see, if they want to perform one kind of task, they'll be performing it in different ways here. All right. So likewise, agentic AI also performs in the same way. Now, a simple AI agent is some kind of self-driving car here. All right. Self-driving car. Driving car. So as you people know, Tesla car, right? Tesla car here. So which is a self-driving car here. Now what the self-driving car will do? First of all, an AI agent will perceive the environment here. What do you mean by perceiving? Perceiving means like, for example, understanding the environment. So here, about the Tesla car, right? I'll tell you how does it work here. So first of all, it will perceive with sensors here. All right, perceive with sensors here. Like what are the sensors here? Cameras, and again, also we have something called as some kind of advanced camera techniques. We call them as lidars here. All right, lidars. All right, so this is some kind of deep learning kind of things here. And again, next thing is it will decide what to do here. For example, if sudden, all of a sudden, some kind of object comes in between, it is traveling here. All right, it knows what it has to do. It is immediately it will stop here, or whenever it has to take some kind of left turn or right turn, it will try to understand what it has to do. All right, so that is through some kind of perceiving. All right, so it will decide. All right, decide here. Then the next thing is again it will act here. All right, act here. Act by controlling the steering and brakes here. So how does it act here? It will act by controlling the steerings and brakes here. All right, so that is how it will drive actually. So first of all, it will try to perceive the things here. Now, even if you look at some kind of, for example, let me also tell you the case of ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is also some kind of agentic version only. So even this Microsoft Copilot also. So when a user asks some kind of question, right, it decides, so what to do here. For example, it needs to search the web here. See, when it comes to the case of deciding, right? So as I told you in this case is, if it already knows here, then it will give you some kind of output. If it doesn't know, it will hallucinate. That means it will search the web here, right? In this case here, all right? Then what it will do, it will use some kind of tool or something internally to look up some kind of information, and then it will return you some kind of answer here. So that is how it will work here. Now, how you can understand? Now, this is some kind of AI agents I told you. Now, what about agentic AI? So agentic AI is something, for example, it is beyond some kind of a generative AI concept here. So for example, uh, I'll ask it some kind of simple question in this way. So let me tell you something. Tell me, uh, what is the weather here? All right, weather. tell me what is the weather? Is it sunny? Is it, for example, rainy, or even if it is cloudy or something? So it will, tell me. But see, this is just like I'm asking it some kind of question. But agentic AI can go beyond this one. It can even suggest you some kind of ways. For example, I want to, see, I can ask it some kind of question like, plan a weekend trip for me. Book the hotel, find the restaurants, and again, schedule some kind of transportation also. All right, book some kind of transportation also in order to roam in that particular location or city or something. All right, so I can ask it in this way. So that means see, agentic AI is something which is more goal oriented and see independent here. It works in autonomous here. So that is why we call them as autonomous systems here. All right. Again, let me tell you guys, this is not any new kind of concept here. See, now it is a trend here actually. Autonomous systems we had previously also. We had robotics here, and again we had some kind of Tesla cars here. All right, but now we are able to employ it in some kind of so some kind of computing systems in this way to solve multiple tasks here. All right, agentic AI. So there are different types of AI, AI kind of applications also. I'll tell you that one later. But again, now in real world applications, they are used in many different ways here. Like, for example, some AI personal assistants, you can use it as an AI personal assistant also. So even in order to automate something, so AI personal assistance. All right. And again, you can also, use it to automate certain tasks here. Now, especially for this purpose only, we are going with agentic AI framework here. All right. Automation. Now, without human intervention, so we will be automating certain things here. So now in data analysis task also, they are using this one to automate certain kind of task here. So in data engineering, and again, things are getting up. So even Databricks is also planning to come up with those kind of things here. All right. Now, more information I'll tell you here. See, what are this one? See, agentic AI and AI agent. Look at this one. Agentic AI or AI agents perform specific tasks here. So what I told you, for an AI agent to perform certain task here, you have to give it some kind of instruction here. Only then it can able to do that one. But it will operate independently. You just give it some kind of thing. You tell it, you suggest it some kind of thing. It will think about how to achieve that particular task here. So that's how agentic AI behaves here, because it is a collection of AI agents here, which acts, independently. And again, see, AI agent is some kind of task focused assistance here. So that means it is a task focused, because see, you actually employ it to perform certain task here. Now it is intelligent collaborator. That means even it can communicate with other agents also and get some kind of information and get the things done here. So that is what is agentic AI. And automates the AI agent automates repetitive tasks here, and it manages complex workflows. So especially agentic AI is a workflow kind of thing here. All right, end-to-end kind of workflow kind of thing here. All right. So for example, I told you some kind of example, right? So hey, plan a weekend trip for me to Bali or something, and again book the hotel, find restaurants, and again schedule transportation. So I instruct it in this, way here. Now what it does, it automatically, find some kind of trips here. And again, see, it will even go to the booking site here. It will even book some kind of flight. And again, it will, do the different task here. All right. I'll also tell you what is MCP. I'll tell you what is MCP. After this one, we'll go with MCP. Now, let me tell you, see, it will not go beyond its perception here, AI agent here, because see, now whatever you're instructing it, right, it can perform only that thing here. But again, see, here it can even suggest you some kind of ways, or even if it this task has to be done, right, it can even go with some other different ways also. All right. Now, in this particular agentic AI, I told you, there are a lot of AI agents involved here. All right. Now, see, I also told you that one AI agent can even, like for example, communicate with other a particular agent. So that is where this MCP comes in. All right. MCP comes in. MCP protocol. We call it as MCP protocol here. All right. So MCP protocol. See, let me also show you. MCP server. Now, MCP protocol or MCP server, we call it as, all right, model context protocol. So, see, let me tell you, a program that exposes tools, data, and capabilities to AI models, enabling them to interact with external systems here. Now, internally, here I told you, right, something like, for example, if an AI agent has to interact with some other kind of agent, for example, let me tell you how does this MCP, see, for example, applies here. First thing, what I told you, let me even write it here. For example, plan See, plan a weekend trip to Bali. All right. Then, book some kind of, first of all, see, also book some hotel room. All right. And again, okay. And book some transportation. All right. Now, like, understand this is my instruction. I'm giving it to it. All right. Now, what it does with this kind of question is, for example, also find restaurants and hotel rooms also. I can even suggest in that way also. All right. Now, what I'm doing is, first of all, now weekend trip to Bali. So it understands that it has to, see, it has to book some kind of, you're going to Bali here. Now, see, I can also ask it some kind of specific question like, I want the cheapest flights also, right? Cheapest flights. Now, what it does is, so for example, understand that I'm also suggesting it to, go with some kind of cheapest flights here. So let me go with flight booking. So the first thing it will perform is flight booking. All right. Then it will, like for example, okay, so book some kind of, book some kind of restaurants, all right, or hotels here, hotels, all right, hotels. Then, for example, after that one, it will book some kind of transport, all right, transport here. Now, here, let me tell you, see, when you will be going with this kind of hotel booking, once you, for example, when you're confirmed with this kind of flight booking, only then you will be going with some kind of hotel booking. Yes or no? Without having this confirmation, right? What you'll do with booking some kind of simple hotel room here, right? So first of all, now this is some kind of agent here. See, this hotel booking will be done by some kind of agent, and then again, this transportation booking will be done again with some kind of agent, or even I can even suggest the same agent to perform this one. So first it has to do this particular task here, then it has to do this particular task here. But again, see this particular agent. So I ask it, for example, so this is some kind of agent one here, agent one. All right. And again, see, this is some kind of agent two. All right. Agent two here. Now, agent two first has to take confirmation from agent one that it has performed that particular task, and then it has to perform its task here. All right. So that means, see, first of all, there should be some kind of cheaper flights for Bali or, okay, so whatever, wherever you're going, then it has to book that one and it has to give me that confirmation that the flight booking has been done yet. Then, see, it has to suggest that, see, it has to suggest to agent two that now you have to perform your task here. So agent two has to depend on agent one here. All right. So internally, this communication is done by some kind of protocol called as model context protocol here. So that is what is MCP in its simplest way. I'm telling you. Now, exactly how it is done, and again, what are the things to be followed here? So we'll discuss once we start with that particular sessions here. All right. So that is later here. So this is what is MCP protocol. So between see AI agent to another agent, AI agent, or see if at all AI agents or not only AI agents, AI systems want to communicate or interact with this, kind of things, right? It can even see not only AI agents here. So for example, if at all see now this has to actually, get this information from some kind of web here. It has to go with some kind of external agents here again. So all the communication or interaction will be done through this particular protocol here. So that is what is MCP here. All right. So now see, now previously to MCP, right, we also had some kind of API integration also, API. But what happens with API integration is now we are having a lot of no-code tools, low-code tools also. All right. No-code tools and low-code tools here. Okay. Low-code tools here. Okay. Tools here. Not every tool, for example, not every tool can, play with all the API integration. That is for simple here. All right. Now, what I mean to say is, so, see, now the question is when to use this no-code tools and when should we go with this low-code tools here? All right. So popularly, we have some kind of lang chain, and again, we have some other kind of things here. All right. So let me even tell you, for example, we have in our course also, we'll be learning with some kind of things called as LangChain, okay? And again, LangGraph here. And again, we also have some kind of Crew AI. All right, so we also have some kind of Zapier also, Zapier AI. Right. Now, I mean, see, likewise, we have different kinds of low code tools and again, no code tools here. Okay. Now, the choice is yours here. For example, what the application you want to build here and what kind of tool you want to use here. All right. Now, let me even show you. See, what are the tools, especially we'll be going with here. Correct. So, I think I have that kind of article somewhere else. Okay. I'll show you that one. Tomorrow, I'll show you that one. What are the no code tools we'll be using. But again, let me tell you what are the difference here between no code and again low code here. Low code. No code is something where you don't have to do anything. You just have to use that particular, API tool here, and then you can use it for your purposes. Think of it as like, so for example, you're having some kind of camera in your mobile phones, right? For example. So think of it, you are just simply taking some kind of photo. Okay, so photo without any customizations. What is customizations? Now customizations means you want to change the background, you want to, for example, go with some kind of brightness, or you want to go with some other kind of things here. So no code tool is exactly the same thing, which will give you without any customizations. All right. So that means you can simply use that particular tool and again use it in order to build some kind of AI agents here. Low code means some kind of minimal coding is required so that you can have some kind of customizations here. For example, the same example, if I take it, right? So just like, for example, you would want to take some kind of picture or some kind of image here. Now, what you do, you go with some kind of features here. All right. So, for example, you want to change the background, you want to go with some kind of brightness here, you want to zoom in something or something, some other kind of features you'll be going with. All right. So likewise, low code tool involves some kind of customizations. It can help you with going with some kind of customization. It can give you some kind of techniques in order to perform or fine tune your LLMs also. So that is why, so low code tools act in such way here. All right. Now here, one thing you can understand. So the choice depends upon the kind of agent that you're building with and the kind of, for example, expertise you also have here. So for example, if you are having some kind of complex workflow kind of thing, right, then it's better to go with some kind of low code because you can fine tune your model here. Otherwise, low code, see, no code kind of applications will not give any kind of fine tuning kind of features here. So you just have to use that one and you have to build with whatever you have here. All right. So the choice depends upon you. All right. So it also depends upon, the cost and even the performance also. And again, some other kind of learning things also. All right. It also depends upon that one. Now, I think, it's more than, see, 90 minutes. So, okay, no problem. So guys, one thing is, so this was about some kind of information that I wanted to give you. This was only first day of our learning curve. And again, see, we'll continue our discussion with tomorrow session also. I'd advise you people to join tomorrow also. So tomorrow I'll give you some detailed explanation about what are this no code and again low code tools here. And again, the agentic AI roadmap also will, tell you. And I'll give you how you need to, go through this journey here, what you need to know and what you need to learn this kind of things here. Then the other day, the next day, I'll also show you with some kind of simple agent, like how we build actually, and again what we do in order to, build something or perform something here. So any questions you can ask me. So we'll continue in tomorrow's session, and I suggest and advise you people to also join tomorrow as well. Any questions, guys? No questions? Fine then. So see you in tomorrow's session. So we'll continue with our discussion in tomorrow's session. Okay, so well, thank you guys, everyone.
Thank you, Amsi.